Hello, and welcome to Learn to Communicate with me. Today's lesson is on conjugating AR verbs in Spanish. We're going to learn how to conjugate AR verbs in the present tense. Action words or verbs. Most verbs in Spanish belong to a family or conjugation. There are 3 verb families in the Spanish language. Spanish verbs end in the infinitives AR, ER, and IR. Verbs that have an infinitive, to speak, to study, that ends in AR, here are the translations for it. To speak, hablar. To study, estudiar, are called AR verbs or first conjugation verbs. In this lesson, you will learn the following AR verbs. So these are the AR verbs in Spanish. And here's a translation of the verbs in English. Both of these are called infinitives. Infinitives are verbs that are not conjugated. Here are more AR verbs. Let's work on pronunciation. Enseñar. Levantar la mano. Contestar. Hablar. Tomar un examen. Mirar. Escuchar. Llevar. Regresar. Necesitar. Navegar. Buscar. Enviar un correo electrónico. Let me go back. Navegar la red. Navegar el internet. Comprar. Here are more. Pagar. Sacar una nota buena. Trabajar, tomar, llegar, cenar. Now we're going to learn how to conjugate. All Spanish verbs change their endings according to the subject. I'm going to say that again. All Spanish verbs change their endings according to the subject. Let's study the following chart. We have hablar, which means to talk. These are the same subject pronouns that we learned in the previous lesson when we talked about conjugating the verb ser. Now we're looking at verbs that end in AR. So the endings, according to the subject, are different. When I want to say I talk, it's hablo. What happened was I dropped the infinitive ending, which is AR, and I put the ending that agrees with the subject. All Spanish verbs change their endings according to the subject. The subject is tú. I'm using the same stem. The stem tells me the action, talk. But who's talking? You are talking. Hablas. Usted habla. We learned in the other video, the other lesson, that there are 2 ways of saying you. Actually 4 ways. Tú, usted, vosotros, vosotras, and ustedes. If I'm speaking to someone that I don't speak to on a first name basis, I want to show respect. Usted habla. It ends in A. But this same ending is used when the subject is he or she. He is talking, él habla. She is talking, ella habla. Over here we have nosotros, nosotras. Hablamos. All Spanish verbs change their endings according to the subject. So now the subject is we. It's ending in amos, A-M-O-S. My stem is still the same because the action is talk. But who's talking? We are talking. This is pronounced habláis. This is the plural of this. But this is only used in Spain. So when I want to say you all, in Latin America and the United States, they would say ustedes. Ustedes hablan. Ustedes hablan. You all are talking. But when I want to say they are talking, it's either ellos or ellas hablan. All Spanish verbs change their endings according to the subject. It's very important. Now we're looking at the verb mirar, to look at. I look at. Yo miro. It's ending in an O because I'm saying I look at. I can say yo miro or just miro. Same here. I can say yo hablo or just hablo. I'm saying I am talking. Tú miras. Usted mira. Él mira. Ella mira. Nosotros, nosotras miramos. Vosotros, vosotras miráis. Ustedes miran. Ellos, ellas miran. All Spanish verbs change their endings according to the subject. Now, I can take all of these verbs that you see: estudiar, enseñar, levantar, contestar, hablar, tomar, mirar, escuchar, sacar, llevar, regresar, necesitar, navegar, etc. I can take these AR verbs and use these endings depending on who is performing the action, and now I can conjugate, now I can create sentences. So let's do that. Let's make up sentences. Here are your subjects. Here are some of the AR verbs. And here are some words to help you complete your sentence. So choose words from each column. Start here, then conjugate. If you need to go back to the chart to look at the endings, you may do that or take note of these endings. But you're going to conjugate. Remember, you're going to drop the AR. You're left with just the stem. Just the stem. You're dropping the ending, and you're going to put the ending that's going to agree with the subject that you choose here. Now, your sentences have to make sense, okay? If you're using adjectives, you have to be sure to make the adjective agree with the words they describe. But I gave you an example here. Yo pagar. I can't say yo pagar. I have to drop the AR ending and put the ending that agrees with yo, which is O. O agrees with yo. Yo pago en la caja. En la caja register. So I am paying. Yo pago translates to I am paying. At, that's this word here, in, the, that's la, and then cash register is caja. Caja. The J sounds like H in Spanish. So you may pause the video at this time to practice creating sentences. Please practice speaking in Spanish. You may begin. Now, I have more practice for you. Answer the following questions about yourself. If I'm asking you, the verb needs to end in the AS. Tú estudias español. Do you study Spanish? I am talking about myself, so the verb needs to end in O. So I'm still using the same verb in the question. I'm still using the same stem, as you can see, but I'm changing the ending because I'm talking about myself. When you talk about yourself, the verb ends in O. Sí estudió español. ¿Hablas español? Do you speak Spanish? To make a negative statement, you say no. But to say I don't speak, it will be no hablo. So no hablo means I don't speak. Español, Spanish. Now you do los números 3, 4, y 5 by yourself. You may pause the video to practice. Answer the following questions about yourself. ¿Estudian ustedes español? Here we're asking more than about yourself, but it's yourself and someone else. So I'm asking, do you all, remember ustedes means you all, do you all study Spanish? ¿Estudian ustedes español? Instead of responding back with estudió, you respond back with estudiamos, because I'm asking you all, do you all study? Yes, we study. I know the subject is we because it ends in amos. The same thing here. ¿Hablan ustedes español? Are you all speaking Spanish? Or do you all speak Spanish? No, no hablamos. My ending is amos because I'm asking you all, so this tells me to say we. It lets me know the subject is we. No, no hablamos español. Now, you practice with los números 3, 4, y 5. Now, we're going to shift a little bit. Now, we're going to learn about the verbs ir, dar, and estar. It's the same verb conjugation concept that the subject and the verb has to agree. The verbs ir, dar, and estar are irregular because they have a different form with yo. So, we learned about AR verbs and how to conjugate them. Notice the endings. As, a, amos, an. As, a, amos, an. As, a, amos, an. So, the endings haven't changed for the rest of the conjugated forms except yo. Yo boy. Yo doy. Yo estoy. So up here I have the categories. The first column, all your subject pronouns. Then the next column, we're learning how to conjugate ir. Ir is the infinitive and it means to go. So boy means I'm going. Vas means you are going. Va. Usted va. You go. Él va. He goes. Ella va. She goes. Or you can say going. Nosotros vamos. We are going. Ustedes van. You all are going. Ellos, ellas van. They are going or they go. Now here I have the verb dar. Dar means to give. I give, yo doy, or I'm giving, doy. Doy, I'm giving. Das, you're giving. Usted da, you give. Él da, he gives. Ella da, she gives. Damos, we give. Ustedes dan, you all give. Ellos, ellas dan, they give. And then we have the verb estar, which means to be. In the previous lesson, you learned another to be verb, ser. Yo estoy. Estoy means I am. Estás, you are. Usted está, you are. Él está, he is. Ella está, she is. Nosotros estamos. Estamos means we are. Ustedes están. You all are. Ellos, ellas están. They are. Now, when do you use the verb estar? You use estar to tell how you feel. ¿Cómo estás? Estoy muy bien. I'm asking you. You respond back with the yo form. How are you? ¿Cómo estás? Estoy bien. Estoy means I am. Muy bien, very well. Now, you're not always feeling very well. So I have included, if you look at the chart, I have included some other Spanish adjectives and its English translation. You also use estar to tell where you are. I want to tell someone my location, I'm going to use the form of estar. So here's a question. ¿Dónde estás? Where are you? Estoy, I am, en la escuela, at school. I can also use the verb estar to say where something is located. ¿Dónde está mi móvil? Where is my cell phone? Tu móvil está en la mesa. Your cell phone is on the table. Now it's time for you to practice using the verbs ir, dar, and estar. Here I'm asking you, vas. I know I'm asking you because of how it's conjugated. Look at the ending, as. ¿Vas a la escuela en el bus escolar? Are you going to school on the school bus? School bus. ¿Das tus tareas a la profesora? Are you giving your homework to the teacher? I'm asking you. So when you respond back, you need to respond back with what? Yes, you need to respond back with the yo form of these verbs. Go back and look at the chart to see what the yo form is. Let's look at el número 4. ¿Están ustedes en la escuela ahora? Are you all in school now? I'm talking to you all. So when you respond to the question, then which form of this verb are you going to change it to? Correct. You should be using the nosotros form. And it's the same for el número 5. ¿Van ustedes a casa a pie o en el bus escolar? You may take this time now to pause the video to practice. Here are your correct answers. This concludes our lesson on conjugating AR verbs in Spanish. Thank you for watching Learn to Communicate with me. Please hit the like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Have a great day.